Hey team, what is up? Coach Natalia here with a really fun 30-minute full body HIIT class. Now, today's class is pretty focused on the lower body, so we're really gonna be jumping into the new year. Yes. So with that said, let's get our body settled and ready to go. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly with me. Huge breath into both spaces. Exhale everything out. Let anything go that you need to. And let's get started. Hands on the hips for me, feet nice and wide, and then circle those bad boys around, yeah? Just getting the hip joint really ready for all of the things that we are doing today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of jumping, a lot of weights, a lot of sweat, and I'm really excited. All right, we're gonna go into air squats after this in just another 3, 2, and 1. Feet can be slightly turned out, whatever's comfortable for you. Drop into those hips, bring it right back up again. Shoulders back just a little bit, not opening up too much, but keeping it nice and proud. And then thinking about the simple fold in the front of the hips that drops those hips down nice and low, brings them up nice and high. From here, we're gonna add a little calf raise in just another 3, 2, 1, calf raise up. Boom. Yeah, thinking about the big toe and the toe right next to it. That's the place that I want you to plant your feet in nice and firm so that we're not falling to the outside of our toes. We're keeping it all pretty tight and in the middle. We're gonna hold at the top in 3, in 2, in 1, hold at the top. Oh, that was a close one. Yeah, you're here with me? Awesome team, look to your right. Look over your left shoulder. Look up towards the ceiling. Look down towards the floor. Nice. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Come to the side of the mat with me. We're going to go into a reverse lunge. One foot and then the other. Keep it easy breezy. If you can, almost kiss that back knee towards the ground. Finding a nice full movement right here. We're going to be adding weights. So I want you to find the full range of motion without them first. If you'd like to, when you get down there, add a twist towards your front thigh. Bring it back up again. Down, find a twist, challenging our balance once again, and then bring it right back up to the top. One more time each side for me, and then we're gonna end in a nice solid plank position together. Gorgeous. Come up to the top for me, hands down to the ground. Walk the feet back, find a nice solid plank position. Spread the fingers out for me. Shrug the shoulders forward, up and back. I know, even in this plank position, send the heels back in space. Almost think about tucking the toes up towards your nose. Pull the belly button into the spine, squeeze the glutes, and stay here. If this ever gets too much, you can come down to the forearms, but we are gonna be holding it right here for another 20 seconds. So, I want you to keep reinforcing this position. Spread the fingers out. Nice. Feel those claw hands on the earth. Press the earth away from you. Pull the belly button into the spine. Heels back, toes forward. Squeeze your glutes, belly button into the spine. Last 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Whew, I know. We're already getting a little heated. It's a beautiful thing. So, we're kind of doing a little bit of a drop set today. So what that means is that we're going to be doing a weighted exercise, and then we're going to be doing a body weight exercise that still uses that same muscle, so it'll be a little bit exhausted, but we're going to find the endurance to push through it. So for our first 2 moves, we're going to be really working on our right side. So for the first one, I want you to put right foot forward, left foot back in a single leg reverse lunge. Yes. After this, we're gonna do about 30 seconds of this bad boy. Then we're gonna go into an RDL. We're gonna drop the weight, and we're gonna have that same idea. We're gonna have that single leg RDL. If you need to, that back leg can become a kickstand, but that's gonna be our first 2 moves in this set. Yeah, so grab those weights, 30 seconds on the mark. See if you can maybe give me about 10 reverse lunges. Just like our warm up, I want you to think about kissing the knee down to the ground, not slamming it because we want to be here for the long haul, right? But we are really finding that full range of motion. Think about spreading your toes out, especially on the right side. Plug your heel into the earth and press the earth away in order to bring yourself back up to standing. We drop our weights in 2, 1, drop those weights. We go right into RDL. So if you need to use that back foot as a kickstand, you do it. Right foot is still forward. We hinge forward. We bring it right back up again. So if you want to, put your hands on your hip bones for me. Send the hip bones back. Bring it back up again. You send the hip bones back. You bring it right back up again. If you can, see if you can bring that into a full single-legged movement, bringing that back leg up and down. The hips, you're thinking about sending them back. There can be a soft bend in the knee, but it's not pushing forward. It's really a hinge position back. Beautiful, and rest. Really quickly, look at me. So what I mean by that is that even though the knee is bent, the hips are going back, the knee stays over the ankle as opposed to a squat position. Make sense? Same thing, other side, left foot forward, grab those weights. I know, we're keeping this train rolling today. Bring it forward, bring it back. So often, the things that we do in a HIIT class like this and a strength class, they look the same, right? These are the same movements that we would do if we were just doing a straight up strength class, but how we do them changes, right? So now we're going for a little bit of speed. We're knocking these out one after another. Beautiful, come on up. Let those weights rest. So I'm gonna ask you to be deliberate and determined in your endurance of this movement. Left foot forward, right foot back. Maybe start off with that kickstand. Really thinking about pressing the hips back in space. And then if you can, you're gonna bring that right foot off the ground. I like to bring my right hand forward to find a little bit of a counterbalance there. Back and forward. And I am controlling this the whole time. That's the challenge. We're not just falling every single time. With slow, deliberate grace, we hinge forward and we hinge back up again. Or just let it rest, come on down. Last thing, pop squat with a twist. We're dropping down into that pop squat. We're finding a little twist. Drop down, other side twist. 30 seconds, this is your cardio moment. Team, let's go. Drop, twist, right? And I like to touch the ground just as a way to tell the body how low it can go. But if that's not working for you, just think about the squat. Just think about the squat, less about the chest. How low can those hips go? They give me a boop, a little booty boop. Yeah, it's a little moment. Yeah, go for it, team. Drop, go. Maybe go a little faster. Last 3, 2. Yes. How you feeling?
Oh boy.
This moment right here at the end of a set, this is why I love HIIT. Is this moment of just, the whole system gets to be involved, right? The whole system gets to be exhausted together. You've got the muscles going, you've got the heart going, you've got the beats popping in your body. This is why I love it. So, we're gonna do all of that. Again, you've seen all the movements in this set. We're doing 2 more rounds of it. Boom, boom, boom. Simple, one leg, the other. We end with a little cardio burst. Now, deliberation, right? We're gonna start with that right foot forward, really thinking about setting that whole weight back. I want you to focus on controlling that descent and then find power as you come back up by plugging the foot into the earth. Yeah? One idea, one movement. Allow that to engage your core, right? Because as we come up, our belly button is engaged, we bring it back up again. Our core is really there to help us control the upper body and the lower body as a unit. So the more that you can engage that core, the more things are working as one piece and not willy-nilly squiggling around, right? We go down with military precision. We come back up again. That's it, soldiers. We have just another 3 seconds. 2. Cool, and we're dropping those weights, and they're going right in that single leg RDL, left foot back, right knee is slightly bent. Maybe your left hand is forward. Woo! Oh my goodness, having a moment right there. And then we find that balance as we go up and down. Maybe you flex your left foot, really finding power through the top of the head and the heel of your left leg. And maybe even you find a moment of pause. Really test out that balance, test out your foot strength on the right side, and then we'll bring it right back up again. Last 4 seconds, maybe give me one more round, and let it rest. Same thing other side. Yes. Grab those weights for me. Set it up. Shrug your shoulders forward, up and back, making sure you have really nice balance right here. That core is really engaged. We're finding that plank-like position, and then we go down and back up again. This is, of course, a lower body exercise, but the full body is involved here, right? We've got our grip strength going on, holding these weights, which for some of us might be the most challenging part of this exercise. Then, that core is really involved in order to stop us from wobbling back and forth. We have so many muscles in our foot that need to work in order for this whole thing to come together. Nice, and rest. So, as simple as some of these exercises are, they get to bring the whole body online. Left foot forward, right foot back, right hand forward. We find energy through the top of the head, through the heel, and we bring it up. With deliberation and endurance through this movement. How elegant can you be? This is like the grown-up version of I'm a little teapot with the tipping motion, yeah? Pouring out something from the top of your head, bring it right back up again. So you can give me one more time. How slow can you be? Find a little moment of pause. And then we come back out again. I almost tripped over my own weights. All right, that pop squat. Dropping it down as low as we can in the middle. Give me a little boop, party moment on the top. 30 seconds, go ham on the machine. Let's move, go. Drop up, drop up. As slow as that last move was, that RDL, that's how fast I want this to be, right? We're that chaos factor in our friend group right now. We're going from slow to fast at the drop of a hat. Let's go, boom. Boom. Yeah, multiple personalities coming in on this class. Go. Really finding that twist. I lost it there for a moment, yeah? Really allowing this to go from the hips. Last 3, 2, 1. Ooh, breathe. Breathe. Breathe, right? It's like Kobe says in her classes, you don't want your enemies to know what rhythm you're in. You want to switch it up on them. So we're going to go for our strength, our power for that first move. Second move, that RDL, it's about lanky, graceful strength that is just smooth as butter. And then the end, we pop off with that pop squat, yeah? All 3 different moves, all 3 different dynamics. Allow there to be multiple personalities in the room. You are so many different elements within yourself. Let's celebrate that. We have one last round of work. So one last chance at it. Grab those weights. Right foot forward, left foot back. If you haven't grabbed those weights already, grab them. I want you ready. Use that full 30 seconds. Shrug the shoulders forward, up and back. And let's move. Drop it down. Bring it back up. How quiet can you land? How powerfully can you return? Every time you come up, I want you to feel a little bit taller. Whew. Yeah, really shooting the top of the head all the way towards the ceiling. We have 10 more seconds, team. Let's go. I will let you know when that clock runs out. All I want you to focus on is moving. Can you give me 2 more? That's it. Can you give me 1 more? And rest. Drop those weights. Right foot stays forward. We're finding that RDL. Send energy through the back heel, through the top of the head. I'm a little teapot. We go. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to slow down and find that control. It's a different type of work, and it is just as necessary, right? We slow down to speed up. We find that deliberation so that we know the body position that we need, and therefore we can hit it as fast as possible without thinking later on. Last 2 and rest, right? That's a single leg RDL. That is our deadlift. That's the same position. So if we can hone it in our body now on each of our singular legs, doing it on both legs, no problem. Left foot forward, right foot back. Here we go. Drop it down, bring it back up again. Back in my competitive figure skating days, sometimes, because like so many competitive athletics, your brain is half of the work, and sometimes you get in your head, you wouldn't be able to do something over and over again. And if there was an exceptionally hard move, like a double axel, let's say, and I just couldn't hit it, over and over again. Last 5 seconds right here. I'll get back to that. Last 3, 2, and rest. Left foot forward, right foot back. If there's ever a move like a double axel that I was just falling on over and over again, here we go. What my coaches would have me do is they'd have me add another move behind it. So it'd be a double axel, double toe, or double axel, double loop. And inevitably, what would happen is maybe that second jump was good, maybe it was bad, but you would automatically be able to do that first jump. And that's just because sometimes we know what to do because we've slowed down, we've done it, it's in our body, and then we just need to trust it and rest. Come on up. So that's what we're doing right there. We're building that foundation so that later on we can add complexity to it, and it's there for us. That foundation is absolutely there. And if anything, the most important thing to do is to forget about it. Drop it down, twist, drop it down, twist, right? We create a foundation, therefore we don't have to worry about it. Go. And this one, I'm really thinking about twisting, right? Shoulders and hips in opposition. Go. Go, right? We're not cheating ourselves by crossing. It's the whole thing. Go. Show me the side of the glutes. That's it. Last 8 seconds. Push it out now. Go. A little bit faster. This is your last time here. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Last 1. Done. Sorry about that. All right, team. Let's switch out those weights. Switch out those weights. So, we did our single leg RDL. Now, we're going into a deadlift. Both legs are on the ground, but for me, I think that deadlifts are one of the most complicated things that we do in these tempo classes because it requires so much technique, right? It's something that I still have to be conscientious of as I work every single time. And so I beg of you to not let that fly by you, yeah? Or if you do, know that there are certain things that you always need to plug into. But hopefully, a little bit more of this movement can be a little bit more unconscious because we've worked through it with our RDL. All right, so deadlift, I'll face side, demo, and then we'll come back to the full thing facing each other. It's gonna start palms facing towards each other. Then my knees are gonna try to stay over my ankles while I bend them to send my hips back, 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 back in space. And then I'm going to skim the front of my thighs with those weights. Exhale as I press through my heels to come up to standing, yeah? I'm thinking about energy through the top of my head and the base of my tailbone. All of that stays in one line like I've got a rod at the back of it. Exhale to press. 45 seconds. You just have 10 rounds, yeah? So if anything, we're giving deliberation on the way down. Exhale, press it on the way up. Engaging through that whole back body. I want to feel the stretch through the glutes and then my hamstrings just popping off in the back in order to press myself up to standing. All of the things that we talked about in that last round, they come into play here. My core is engaged so that all of this works as one unit. I'm pressing through the ground in order to find that power, in order to find that height at the top of this. And then I'm sending those hips back with just a gentle bend through the front of my hip joints. Last 2 seconds, and let it rest. Drop those weights down. We're going into air squats. 45 seconds. There's gonna be a little bit of a surprise. Yeah? So feet about hip width apart, toes slightly pointed out, team, and then we drop down, we bring it back up again. All right, I'm gonna do something that your ego may not like because it's not gonna count on the tempo. We're gonna have 30 seconds here doing air squats, then we're gonna drop it down, we're gonna hold it for our last 15 seconds. And I do not want anybody climbing up that leaderboard, yeah? Your ego is probably not gonna like this moment, but your body will like it. So we're gonna say today, I'm here for me, not my ego. We're gonna hold at the bottom, team, all together, last 15 seconds. Drop down, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now we're gonna have a 15-second break, a moment to breathe, and then we're gonna have just 15 seconds to do the bottom half of a burpee. We're gonna end up back here again, yeah? So you're gonna get a rest, watch me. We're gonna drop down, pop, right back. 15 seconds, Try to give me 3 burpees, holding it in between. Let's really get those quads on fire. Team, drop it down with me in 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Go for it. Drop. Bring it back up. Hold it. For another 2, another 1. Drop. Come up. Hold it. Drop it. Another 2, another 1. Drop it. Hold it. Maybe you do a 4th one. 2. Bring it back up and rest. Rest. Killer machine. So this class, a lot of the work that is visible in it is the lower body, right? It's pushing, it's pulling, it's doing all these things, but we have to engage our core. We have to use that upper body in order to stabilize us and make all of these movements happen. They really are full body. So if there's anything I want you to take from this, it's that this is a full body class. The legs are just doing the fancy work, yeah? So engaging through that core with our deadlift. I really want you to think about smooshing the rib cage and the hip bones together right here, and then engaging the back so that those shoulder blades are together. That plank position needs to be so strong so that the only thing that's moving is those hips going back with the knee bend, pushing it back up again, right? So much work needs to happen in order for things not to move, in order for us not to be noodles. So here we go, second round. Drop it back. Exhale, press it up. Shoulder blades going into your opposite back pocket. Sending energy through the heels, feeling the stretch in the back of the glutes, and then feeling the power through the back of the legs that pushes us all the way to the top. Core is tight to protect that low back. You have just 20 seconds. See if you can maybe dig in just a little bit more. Bending those knees just a tiny bit more, sending those hips back just a little bit more. Maybe taking a pause at the bottom before really engaging through the hamstrings to push yourself all the way back up again. Last time, and let it rest, let it rest, let it rest. All right. You're here for you. You're not here for your ego. We're finding that air squat. We're finding that hold. 45 seconds of work right here. Toes slightly turned out. Roll the shoulders back. And let's go. Drop it down. Bring it right back up again. Notice, second round, what's different? Maybe you can drop a little bit deeper into your squat. I know the front of my hips are feeling a little bit looser right now. I get to go a little bit deeper. It's fun. The work is there. Say yes to it. There it is. Last 15 seconds of going through a full range of motion. We're going to all meet at the bottom. We're there together. 15 seconds to exhaust ourselves and push our limits. Go. Drop it down. Shoulders back. Nice. Can you drop just a little bit lower without sinking everything in, right? It's all engaged. Yeah? Nice. Pressing through the heels. Drop the hips down just a little bit lower. Last 2, 1. Maybe get a little shake out. We're coming to the side of our mat. We're finding that little bit almost of like a pop squat, burpee, powerhouse. Give me at least 3, maybe 4. I don't know, maybe we can even push it to 5 this time. How you feeling? Drop it down. Drop. Chest all the way to the ground. Exhale, press it up. Yeah, chest all the way down to the ground. Press up. This is that upper body power movement. Drop down. Bring it back up. That's it, team. Drop it down.
Oh, I'm done.
Press it back up. And rest. Killer machine. Yes. So much bracing for the upper body, power for the lower body. Yes, that is what we are working on today. Huge breath in. Exhale out. And guess what, team? Well, this is it. We have one more round of work, and then we are out of here. I know. I know. We have no cardio push today. This is it. That burpee at the end, that is it. You have 15 seconds to show me what you got at the end of that. So I want you to gather all of your resources. This is our final push, each thing. We're going into our deadlift, finding that power, finding that push. We're gonna go into those air squats. We're gonna dig into that work. And then we're gonna go to cardio heaven at the end. 3 tasks. Grab that weight. What have you got for me today? Yeah? Shoulders back. Let's go. Take it down nice and slow. Exhale, press it up towards the ceiling. If you can, maybe you pause it at the bottom. You press it back up again. If you want to push your ability to do a deadlift without adding more weight, I want you to give me a slow eccentric contraction, a slow on the way down, a pause, exhale, press it back up again. Yes, sometimes that work looks slow, and that's where all of the power is. Yes? Exhale, team. That's it, that's it, that's it. Notice I'm doing a big old giant exhale as I press myself up again. That's a power moment. Yes, control, and then give me power. Let's go, let's go. Last 5 seconds, last round through, and let it rest. Drop those weights. You don't need them anymore. Maybe get them fully out of your way so you can go ham on that last move. We have our air squats. Yes, team, toes slightly turned out. Drop it down, here we go. Boom, up. Now, I'm already thinking about that last round, and this is what I'll let you do. If you'd like, you can turn it into a full burpee, finding that air squat at the top, or you can keep it low like we were doing. It is your choice. Whatever is going to push you to your maximum for this class and will leave you feeling really, really proud of yourself, that's what I want you to say yes to, yeah? Try not to skimp on yourself. You've already put in all of this work. Hold at the bottom. What can you bring to the table today that will push you in a way that you are proud of? Yeah, that's what we're gonna go for. We have 15 seconds of work left after this. Last 3 seconds, get a little lower. Last 2, 1, rest. 15 seconds of work. Your choice. That half burpee down and up, full burpee, whatever you need, 15 seconds. It is balls to the walls. This is our last chance for it, team. Let's make ourselves proud. In just another 3, another 2, 1, go. Yeah? Dealer's choice. It can be a full burpee. It can be that half burpee, whatever you need. Yeah? You have just another 5 seconds. Finish it strong. Last 3, 2, 1, rest. And just take a moment to thank yourself for putting in that work. Yeah? Killer. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Beautiful. Come on down with me. Crossing one leg behind the other. Some of these moves that we do, we're finding a little twist right here, a soft twist. It doesn't have to be crazy because you're still catching your breath. Yeah. Some of these moves that we do, we've done so many times over and over and over and over again, but we are always a different person every time we come to them. So that means that we've never done those moves before, right? It's just like our memories. They're now showing that every time we remember something, we are essentially reliving it again. And that's why memories can shift and change over time. It's because we're actively living them again. Roll it back. So we never really are just purely remembering. We're never really just purely copying what we did before, because we are always changing and shifting. And that means every time we come back to something, it is a different version than it was before. So as you do these workouts and come back to them, see if you can find something a little bit different every time that you go into it. Or just celebrate the difference in how you're feeling today while doing that thing. Beautiful. Come back to the middle. Stretch your feet out for me. Let's give a little hamstring stretch. Really flex the toes, get up nice and tall, and then forward fold. Take a moment right here to find length through the back, and then allow your head to carve forward. Maybe you shift a little bit to the right and to the left. You can grab behind the ankles, the tops of the toes, whatever you need right here to let this feel good. Beautiful. Gently roll up for me. Come to a tabletop position. Cat-cow, just working through the spine. Letting go of all of that bracing that we just did. If it serves you, you can find circles. You can explore this. Twist a little to the right, to the left. Maybe look over your right shoulder and left shoulder. Just allow this cat-cow to move organically. Maybe just move through the shoulder blades. Beautiful, team. Then flex your toes under for me. Come into a down dog. Walk your hands towards your feet. Bend your knees, dropping the tailbone down. Roll up one vertebra at a time. stacking the head on top of everything else. Come to the middle of the mat with me. Feet together, hands come up. Huge breath in. Up and over one side. Up and over towards the other. Find the center, little baby arch. Twinkle the hands down, and then team, thank you so much for bringing yourself to this mat, bringing yourself to this workout. I had an incredible time with you. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day, and don't forget to tell someone that you love them. Also remember, put those weights away.